myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Jeter ends his final game with a walk-off single.
Here's the drive to left. That one is long gone.
Welcome to the Long Gone Podcast. It's me, Michael, and with me as always,
What up?
Hey, Bart.
How's it going, man?
What, man? What was that?
A lot. Still winter. A little dusty Springfield for you.
Yeah, Dusty Springfield. I knew I had a little bit of a little. It was kind of yeah.
Yeah, a soulful white soul right there. that is Dusty Springfield. It's a song actually I'd heard for the first time last week. It's called "All I See Is You" by Dusty Springfield, circa 1966. So
Dusty Springfield.
Very much not a hit. Yeah, but Dusty Springfield had. No, she passed away. Breast cancer at the age of 59.
You lesbian?
Yes.
I thought.
That's what I thought.
Lesbian.
Yeah, she totally was. Pretty much she came out as a lesbian, but not like fully, all the way out. I think it was like
back then they didn't know though.
Right. Yeah. Yep. So, but yeah, I think she passed away in 1999 at the age of 59 or something like that. I think almost 60.
Yeah.
So, Dusty Springfield always one of my favorites, and a great advocate for Motown records. She brought Motown a lot to the to the UK. She hosted the episode of Ready Steady Go from '65, which had a whole bunch of Motown artists on it, and pretty much showed Motown to the British area. So it's kind of dope.
That is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Pretty.
You know what else is sweet? St. Louis Cardinals. They're getting rid of some more players, huh?
Yeah, I mean, the full rebuild. They're happy. I mean, they're focusing on young people. You know, if I went on Lucky Rebel, I don't think I would have absolutely think that the Cardinals would be in the top 10 considerations, but now I think they're in the bottom 20.
Well, they're way in the bottom. If you're looking on Lucky Rebel, for World Series odds, they're in that bottom criteria. I mean, they're approaching White Sox criteria, I think, at this point, as far as the odds there. But they're definitely going in that youth direction, and the Mariners continue to get better.
Yeah, the Mariners are trying to build a winner.
They came within a few outs of the World Series last year, and they're not fucking around here. Bringing back Josh Naylor and bringing in some more offensive talent here with Donovan. So good on them. But yeah, St. Louis is definitely going in that direction. I say they just build around Miles Michaelis, and we call it good, right? Miles Michaelis and Mason Wynn.
That's a nice piece. Victor Scott's not bad, right? I mean, the Cardinals need to hit on their young guys. I mean, Jordan Walker, Nolan Gorman. I mean, they really need to hit. I mean, I think there was a lapse there when Harrison Bader and Dylan Carlson and some of those guys didn't work out, right? I mean, Lars Nootbaar. I mean, a lot of those guys didn't work out how they thought they would work out. And that was their young guns coming up. And so I think now they're in that realization, listen, our young guns didn't work out. I think even Nolan Arenado said last week on a podcast or some interview, when him and Paul Goldschmidt, remember, I mean, they thought they were going to be good. They're like, we thought we were going to be good. And it just didn't work out. I mean, between the prospects that didn't pan out, who I just mentioned, and some of the veterans who you thought would come and just wreck. I mean, just be amazing, blow up the NL Central.
It didn't happen.
For the Cardinals.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, things just definitely didn't work out the way they had hoped. And it's weird just with St. Louis, just seeing them down like this, for as long as it has been. Because they're usually, they seem to be one of those sustained success franchises that just keep rolling year after year. But, it's definitely in a complete rebuild. Like you said, they got to hit on these young players here to hopefully turn themselves into contenders here at some point. I mean, it's got to happen, but I think it feels like they're just tearing it down the studs and banking on the and banking on the draft and develop, and but as opposed to Pittsburgh, I think if they find someone they really like, they're going to pay them. So
yeah, I think you're right. I mean, because That's exactly it. They haven't been scared to pay players in the
No.
past, right? I
Yep.
mean, and they have had for a long time one of the best farm systems out in
Right.
baseball. You know, I mean, that team knows how to win, how to build, how to build, and I think
Mhm.
that's really important in this day and age. And you're going to see that. And I think the Cardinals are smart here to kind of start over. And like you
Yep.
mentioned with the Mariners are in their winning window now. I mean, they
They
have
are.
premier talent on that team. I mean, very premier talent. I mean, we're
Yep.
looking at a great pitching staff complemented by really good hitting, right? Led by
Yep.
A-Rod, Julio Rodriguez. And now, you know, when you're getting in there with Josh Naylor and Cal Raleigh, and I mean, this is their window. Let's go.
Yep.
Let's go, boys.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah, one dismantling, and Donovan, what is it? I mean, Brendan Donovan's a low price to pay. I mean, he's kind of
For sure.
a really good utility guy, a little bit kind of like a Tommy Edman, right? Kind of
Yep.
player,
Yep.
and who they used to have. And yeah, I think it just works out for who the Cardinals used to have. And I think it really
Yeah.
works out for them. And on the other side of things, you know, I think that you're going to see more teams kind of embracing the rebuild. And I don't think teams are in
Mhm.
a rush to win just because I think with the CBA and coming around the corner, Steve, I just don't think
Yep.
that, like, hey, we got to build a winner now. I think there's a lot of teams that
No.
are embracing a rebuild, thinking
Yeah.
that
Oh,
the
I
7
think so.
seasons will wash.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. I mean, I essentially, play out this season because we don't know what's going to happen in the foreseeable future here with most
Right.
likely a trade stoppage.
Mhm.
And yeah, I mean, I'm just looking on here, going back to the World Series odds here. The Cardinals don't quite have the worst World Series odds here on Lucky Rebel. But they are way down there. The White Sox, the Nationals, and Rockies have worst odds, and then it's our good friend the Cardinals. But
Wow. Who would have
yeah,
thought the White Sox had the best offseason?
dude. I don't know if you saw on the Athletic. I think they got like a solid B or something,
Yeah.
or hot. Yeah, yeah. And the Pirates of all teams got like an A. You know,
Crazy, dude.
it is crazy. And you and I were bitching about it before. The Detroit Tigers, the Athletic was stupid enough to get these guys a C plus for what?
It's so stupid.
For what? The corpse of Kenley Jansen and banking on some players that played overseas that haven't played in the majors in a while. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and signing Gleyber Torres that 1-year deal where no one else was going to pay him the money the Tigers would pay him. Yeah, yeah. Sure.
Jack Flaherty, keep you
Jack
taking
Flaherty.
Yeah. It's
Meanwhile, Suarez signs with the Reds for $15 million, and that's exactly what the Tigers paid the corpse of Alex Cobb last year to not even pitch for us. You're telling me the Tigers couldn't pony it up to pay $15 million to Suarez and get that bat at third base?
so dumb, dude. So dumb.
I'm
Especially when you see the contracts that some people like Okamoto and
Mhm.
some of those guys signed, right? Some of the overseas guys. It's insane that we're looking at, like, you're kind of looking at like, wow, the White Sox have the better offseason than the Tigers, and
And
so
they're putting in a bidet. See that?
Right?
Was it
that's fucking news.
the Japanese player that they signed? What was the guy's name again? All right, it's up. Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway,
Murakami.
there we go. That's the one.
Yeah, Murakami.
He,
I think about Tigers. I'm like, Tigers signed somebody.
No, the White Sox. Yeah, because we were talking about how good the White Sox off season's been. Yeah,
Murakami.
the guy recommended putting a bidet into the clubhouse, so they're getting one. So they have a better off season than the Tigers, and they're getting a fucking bidet.
I mean, it just shows you certain teams have certain things that they like, and a bidet is something that I guess is important to the White Sox now. I mean,
yeah,
they're like, hey, we're flushing our bullshit down the drain. We're wiping our asses with bidets now.
I was gonna say, a clean ass is a happy ass, and that's how we're gonna win some fucking ball games here, right?
Let's go Southside.
Yeah. Let's say you accidentally have a shard or something during the game and doesn't quite hit. You got that bidet right there, good between innings, feeling fresh and clean for that stretch run. I like it.
I wish we had a sponsor for that. That would be
the bidet sponsor.
It would have been a great.
That'd be dope.
That would have been fucking amazing. I guess there's no better way to segue from a bidet to the Toronto Blue Jays. Am I right?
Yeah, they're unveiling a statue to Joe Carter. You believe this?
Let's go.
I think it's kind of dope. I mean, it's obviously one of the most iconic home runs, walk-off home runs in World Series history. Yeah, Joe Carter is getting his own statue there outside Rogers Center. So
I don't know what took it so long. I mean, maybe it was just them losing Bichette because the fans are pissed. They're like, hey.
So give Joe Carter a fucking statue. That'll make him forget Bichette, right?
Yeah, yeah. And we saw Okamoto too, so just saying.
Yeah. So there you go.
Hey, I think that's great.
I'm cool with it.
I'm cool with
You
it.
know?
He's gonna have the pose, the pose of him with the.
I hope so. Touch them all, Joe. Right? Yeah. I think that'd be pretty sweet. I haven't gotten a look at the artist rendering here of what it's going to look like when it's unveiled, but I think it's I'm sure it'll look great. It can't look much worse than that Magic Johnson statue in front of the Breslin Center. Did you ever see that thing? Kind of looks like Morgan Freeman.
I think the worst I've ever seen was the Dwayne Wade one.
Oh, dude, the Dwayne Wade one. Oh God,
that
one was straight brutal.
Thought it was pretty bad. He was like,
yeah, someone got fired for that one. All right.
Yeah, I don't know who they hired to do that sculpture, but it does not look like him at all.
No,
memes
not at all.
Generated. I remember at the unveiling of it, his son Zaire or whatever looked at him, and Dwayne Wade had that knowing look like, does not look like.
Fuck this.
Well, with the Joe Carter statue, you just got to shoot for like at least looking like him.
Yeah. At least get some sort of a resemblance. It'd be dope if it was like the swing, thing, or if it's where he, hopped on first base where they do the touch 'em all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger one in your life, or something like that.
Or him taunting the fans.
Yeah, you know what? It's not going to replace the losing of Bichette, but it's a start, right?
It'd be funny if the artist fucked up and put him in a fucking Orioles uniform.
Oh my gosh! Or
look, guys, dude, what are we doing here?
Or they put Joe Carter back in like his Cleveland days or something. They have him in like an Indians uniform. Whoops!
What? Or something random with a suitcase at like in the line of a fucking airport looking at his watch or something. Like, what is this?
Oh my gosh! Or where wasn't there one when he pranked that guy of his truck or something? Remember that? Like I forgot what player that was.
That went viral. Like
yeah,
or he took his truck out of the park.
He took his truck and gave it to somebody else.
Gave away for fans and drove it on the field. Was it Derek Bell? I think it was Derek Bell.
I think it might have been. Yeah, it was something like that. Just the look on his face was fucking priceless.
Like, what the fuck, dude? This is bullshit.
Yeah, you got so many good statue ideas here.
Yeah. I'm happy for Joe Carter, man. I don't, I mean, Canada's own Joe Carter. I mean, I think it doesn't
get talked about enough. I don't think.
I don't think so either. I mean, that moment will live in Toronto history. I mean, they've had some good moments, but that was arguably their best moment. And to have any statue, right, as a player has to be pretty iconic, pretty amazing, especially I mean, what it means, right? So that's pretty dope. I
was just thinking about we were at the game with the Miggy thing where we thought he was going to get a statue. It turned out to be that stupid ball thing.
That was so funny. So for those listening, Steve and I, we went to the game before Miggy's last game, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yep. And that was kind of like a Miggy weekend, a Miguel Cabrera weekend, because it was
the big on-field thing, ceremony and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they had Erod there, which was weird talking, I guess.
Yeah. For sure. It was really weird.
Scott Harris was sitting there because I guess he had
Scott Harris, yeah. Chris Ilitch.
Yeah, Chris Ilitch, which crazy. And they were playing Guardians, I want to say.
Yep.
And so anyways, we thought Steve and I were like, dude, they're gonna retire his number or unveil his number. We went to the field. I think we were with my parents. Went to the game. It was a cool weekend for baseball. Hot, whatever. And it was, game before Miggy's last game. This is they said this is the one where we do the presentation, because I don't know, it was a thing. So look out in right field in the concourse, and we see this thing like with tarp or something over it. We're like, oh my god, they're gonna unveil a statue. And it's Steve and I were like, dude, they're gonna retire his number. Like, this is gonna be we're here to witness this.
Oh, this is great. We're witnessing history.
Some of the greats went out there and talked about Miggy, and people we didn't even know knew Miggy were out there talking about him. It was great. It was a fantastic Miggy. He's going to be the assistant, like a honorary GM or something. He's going to be watching Sky Harris. Clearly not doing a job, because Sky Harris
sucks.
So they unveiled this thing, and it was this. What the fuck was it? It was
a bunch of baseballs shaped like the number 24.
That's what it was, 24. And it was in
And it looked so cheap.
Well, that was a funny thing because right away Steve goes to his phone and you've seen what social media was saying. And
Yep, I jumped on X.
Well, the baseball thing looks cheap, and it did. It looked so cheap. We're like, what? What is this?
Like, and it was how the hell is he gonna have to wheel this thing home?
The number 24 made out of what? You said 3,000 baseballs?
I think it was about 3,000 baseballs or something, or whatever. Something iconic.
With one of his statistics.
Yep.
Either the 500 plus home runs or the 3,000 hits he had.
So bad.
It just, it's a great thing, right? To have that, but I feel like that could have been on another night, right?
Oh, for sure.
But the last night, it looked cheap. And I don't know. I mean, last I heard, Steve says it might have still be there. Or
I think it might. I think they wheeled it. I think it's part of like a kids game or something right now. I'm just kidding.
It was like, it was a good moment, but it was just like not the moment everybody expected. And it was the fun. The comments were just funny. Like people saying Jeep and classic Illich. It was so fun. That was a bigger moment. Just because we're like, oh my God, he's going to get his own statue. I mean, what a moment that would have been.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's like, look to right. And some cheap fireworks went off, and then all of a sudden, boom, some cheap fucking thing that looked like a bunch of glued baseballs. It was like,
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I feel like for the show, you should try and find the picture and like superimpose it on here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I'll put it somewhere up here. You'll see that.
You'll see just how cheap this thing was. But we did get to witness his last hit, so that was kind of dope.
Did. That was pretty dope.
Because he went hitless in his last game on that.
And he got pulled early, if I'm not mistaken.
He did. Yep.
So, crazy, but
anyway,
crazy. But anyways, we'll be back. Let's have a word from our sponsor. What do you say, Steve? From the Penny Sleeve?
Let's do it. Yeah, a little penny sleever action. Let's hear it. Whether you're a casual collector or a seasoned card enthusiast, the Penny Sleever is your one-stop shop for all your card protection needs. They carry everything from classic regular sleeves and versatile top loaders in multiple thicknesses, 35 point, 55 point, 75 point, 100 point, and beyond, to premium magnetic card holders and specially graded card sleeves perfect for PSA and SGC slabs. Need resealable bags, team bags, vintage sleeves, or colored top loaders? They have over 71 products in stock, all priced to help you build and protect your collection without breaking the bank. And now they're offering an exclusive promotion just for you. First-time buyers can get 10% off their entire order with promo code LONGGONE. Just visit thepennysleever.com and use that code at checkout. Don't let your valuable cards go unprotected. Shop the Penny Sleever today and see why collectors trust them with their most prized possessions. The Penny Sleever. Premium protection, penny pinching prices.
That is right. As Steve said in the promo, Penny Sleever is an official sponsor.
Penny Sleever, yep. Use promo code LONGGONE and has 10% off your first order. I talked a little bit about Penny Sleever last week. Michael lives in the UP, so he has a little bit of the snail mail. I think it got delivered by bobsled, but I think you did get your Penny Sleever stuff.
It did,
now, right?
Yeah. It got in. I got some good stuff. If you guys follow our social media accounts, I'm going to do an unboxing of a lot of this stuff, or I have done an unboxing of a lot of this stuff that should be out. But I got some good stuff, man. I mean, just like Steve got the silicone slab bumper, which obviously you can see will give you the extra protection you need. I mean, obviously you get your magnetic card holders, which I am investing a lot into these now, just because my Mookie Betts collection, I don't want it to be in a book anymore. So I ended up buying buying one of these.
You're one of those guys that I see at the card shows now with your briefcases.
Absolutely.
Look at you.
And then you can put my magnetic ones, my top loaders that I got. I got a bunch of shit, man. Isaac from the Penny Sleever really hooks you up. And he packs everything himself. Him and his wife, I believe, they pack everything themselves. And they give you a special note. I mean, when you think of a family-owned business, I mean, the Penny Sleever is really, I love supporting small businesses. Steve loves supporting small businesses. And the Penny Sleever is a family business, right? So we love supporting them, or we love being a part of them. And we love talking about them, and hopefully, everybody out there, like Steve said, with the code use. And I mean, you give me so much shit, dude. Tune into my unboxing because I'll go through all of it too. Use your little tobacco card sleeves. It's pretty fun.
Yep. Yeah. So check them out. The Penny Sleever, great company, great people, and just a great product that we both love to use.
I think that's the best part of it, right? Just great people. Yep. I mean, the same thing with any of our sponsors. Steve and I like sponsors that we believe in, and this is something we believe in. Now, fast forward to a year from now, if we're promoting condoms or we're promoting bed sheets and stuff, okay, maybe you're a little sus, right? Maybe you'd be a little sus.
Bit, maybe.
Even. Maybe we believe in those products. Maybe we do. But obviously,
maybe.
With that being said, Steve, we're continuing with the Now series.
It's our Then and Now series. We're going to move on to second base. Second dick.
Second dick, in the words of Rod Allen, former color man who color analysis who decided to fight Mario Mpemba.
Oh God, their fight became legendary. I wish someone recorded it.
Dude, in the depths of the old Fox Sports, before they became Bally and FanDuel, now nothing.
Now nothing.
He recorded that fight either in audio, video.
I hope so. There's got to be something, right?
It's got to be something, and I think it would be amazing if we got to see it. But
maybe before they called a day here and officially go out of business, those FanDuel people, they can maybe try and save themselves by revealing that, right?
Be like, hey, the highest bidder will get this video of Rod.
If you keep us in business, all right.
And then the undertrack of that will be like during the track, you'll have Steve's audio from when he's seen Mario Mpemba at Tigers Fest.
Hey, look, everybody!
Look, Mario Mpemba!
Oh my gosh! Oh, hey, everybody! That was so great.
Mario Mpemba. As he's waving, he's walking by. We do the top second baseman of the 1990s for our then part of the series before we go to now. Yep. Our top five. Steve, give me your top five. Your number five best second base of the 1990s.
Well, Mike, I'm not gonna lie. Second base in the 1990s are kind of turdy.
It was,
but I'm gonna go with a guy you don't talk about enough, and that's Edgardo Alfonzo. That's a fun name to say, right? Yeah. I do remember Edgardo Alfonzo from my time. This is like, we talked about before, 90s are our prime time of me, and Michael collecting cards and watching games. And Edgardo Alfonzo, he started his career there in the mid 90s. 95 was his first year onto the scene. Yep. And, in those first couple of years, he, won a Silver Slugger Award and, finished in, the top 15 in MVP voting. So, it's a guy who Michael's not a big fan of WAR, but 1999 had a WAR of 6 and, could hit over 300 and could put some pop in his best season in the 90s, and arguably of his whole career would have been 1999, where he finished 8th in MVP voting, 27 home runs, 108 RBIs. But this is a guy who, 150, 160, 170 hits in a season. Just a serviceable player there, starting out with the Mets. I think I actually still have his rookie card, an Upper Deck rookie card or something like that. I feel like I'd have to look through my collection, but Edgardo Alfonzo, he comes in for me at number 5.
Love it. That's a name you probably won't hear for a long time. Speaking of another Alfonso Soriano, he's not on my list, everybody. Don't freak out.
Don't freak out.
You see a recent freaking, there was he was at some event and he was looking like,
did he throw punch?
He looked the same.
Has he been taking more roids?
That's what I think.
Is he trying to make a comeback? Because he was linked to roids, right? I feel like, right? He got suspended?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Jeez. Yeah, he's totally roiding up here.
Had to be. He just looks different. He doesn't look like Alfonso Soriano at all. It's crazy.
Man, that's weird.
Anyways, speaking of roids, not saying this guy he was in the era. Recent Hall of Famer who just got in. My number 5 is going to be Jeff Kent.
Nice. Okay.
Now, the reason why he made my list, I know he came in at 92, right? But he took off, right? I mean, he took off about 3-4 years before he got that 20 home run power. Eventually, I think his best season was, probably in the early 2000s where he was hitting like 30 home runs. So maybe we were looking at a little PEDs. I don't know. But those late 90s Giants teams, which that was his best team, was the Giants, were phenomenal. And Jeff Kent was him and Barry Bonds, who he hated.
Yeah.
Best players.
And the feeling was mutual.
You know, one thing I never understood about Jeff Kent, he was a very smart hitter up until he started getting more power. Then he started a lot of swing and miss in his game. But nevertheless, a very good second baseman in his time. 17 years. Yeah. Absolutely. Just, you know, I mean, congrats to him. I mean, one of the benchmarks for getting in, I thought, would be the over 1,500 RBIs. He had 1,580 to end his season. But I got to put him in. If you're saying second base in the 90s, there's very few people that should be on this list. But he squeezed into my list because the consistency in the 90s was real. So Jeff Kent, for me, comes in at number 5.
A hell of a Survivor player, too, in his post-playing days.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yep. Number 4 for me, I'm going to talk about a guy who made a few all-star teams in the 90s. It kind of gets, overlooked when you think about those Cleveland teams in the 90s. You always think about Jim Thome, Albert Bell, Kenny Lofton, Manny, players like that. But you forget about Carlos Baerga. So he comes in for me at number 4. And this is a guy similar to Edgardo Alfonso. He can drive in over 100 runs in a season. Definitely, I'd say his 2 best years were 92, 93, when he had 105 RBIs, 114 RBIs, and hit over 300. I mean, you're looking at a guy who hit over 300 multiple times in his career. Didn't strike out much either. I mean, you're looking at, in 154 games in a season in 1993, he only struck out 68 times, and he parlayed that in 94 in the strike shortened season of only striking out 45 times. So it's a guy who had amazing plate discipline. He could steal you some bases if you wanted to. He got double-digit steals about three times here in his career, but he had some pop in his bat and could get you over 200 hits a couple of times. And just I think of him as kind of a forgotten player on those great Cleveland teams in the 90s. So Carlos Baerga comes in for me at number 4.
Yeah, same for me, man. I mean, I'm glad he's on your list too, because he's a complete forgotten player of that time. Yeah. I mean, he's probably a future forgotten series guy for sure.
Yep,
I mean,
for sure, yeah.
He's remembered most in Cleveland, but I mean, from 1990 to 99 through the 90s, you're talking about a guy that ended up with 686 RBIs, 124 home runs, 291 average, which is killer. Right.
Yeah.
And it will be a non-base percentage of 330. I mean, he was pretty dominant in the 90s. I mean, he's had a fall off, obviously, after the 90s for sure. But, he's a guy that was just, I think, instrumental. Right. I mean, everybody remembers Omar Vizquel with the Indians. Now people remember Carlos Baerga. How do you say
Baerga?
Baerga. I'm so bad at that name. Yep. But, yeah, for me too, bro, comes in at number 4. Classic 90s player.
Yeah. Number 3 for me probably could have been just a pinch higher, but I'm kind of being biased because I don't like the whole spitting incident. Yeah. And that's Roberto Alomar comes in for me at number 3 on my list here. I mean, you're looking at a guy who went from started his career in San Diego there in the late 80s, then moved over to Toronto, multiple-time World Series champion, and then moved over to Baltimore after that and closed out the 90s there in Cleveland. But this is a guy who just a fantastic defensive second baseman, multiple-time Gold Glove winner. I mean, in his whole career, he won 10 Gold Gloves. In his whole career, 12-time All-Star. Like I said, 2-time World Series champion and in Toronto, but could get the Silver Sluggers too. Yeah, he wasn't going to get you the the pop, hit you major home runs. I mean, he had a great season in 99 where he had 24 home runs. But this is a guy who upper teens to low 20s for home runs, just a definite get on base and run. I mean, stolen bases up the wazoo here, 53 in 91, 49 there in 92. Just a guy who can just hit for average. He isn't going to hit for pop. He's going to get on base and he's going to score you some runs. I mean, he led the league in runs scored in 99 with 138. Wow. Could get you doubles, get you some triples, but just get on base and run and play excellent defense. And that was Roberto Alomar. So he comes in for me at number 3.
Yeah, great pick indeed. I mean, with him, he's an interesting player, but as you talk about him, because the reason why he's number 3 because of the spitting incident, I just had a lot of asshole players. Like I'd say it's probably most out of any decade. Am I right?
I think you're right. I mean, Albert Bell, he was just a jackass.
Another dickhead.
Yeah, Roberto Alomar. I mean,
Barry
you
Bonds,
keep running. Barry Bonds,
Clark.
Yep.
I mean, just a lot of dickheads. John Rocker, right?
John Rocker. Yep. Yeah.
Insane, dude. Absolutely insane.
Insane.
Yeah, my number 3 for the then part for my top 5 is in the 90s is Chuck Knobloch.
Knobloch, nice. Yeah.
Well, not a lot to talk about him. I mean, just the success he had. I mean, he won World Series with the Twins, wins it with he's a 4-time World Series champion, by the way.
4-time.
Yankees, right?
Yep.
I mean, good all-around player. I call him kind of like a spark plug kind of player. I mean, he was lethal on the bases. Once he got on, he was really lethal on the bases. He wasn't going to hit you. He wasn't going to get you RBIs. He wasn't going to get you home runs. I mean, I think he only had like 98 home runs in his whole career.
Right.
But he's a guy that had, in the 90s, 335 stolen bases. He was only caught stealing 98 times out of that time. Didn't strike out a lot. 298 average, which, I mean, he was always good for 300. Very much a very Wade Boggs-esque with less power. And, I mean, he had the ability to get you 60, 70 RBIs for sure, but his game was mostly a table setter. You're thinking of a guy that bat 1, 2 in the lineup and very much get on base for you. And, I mean, he was also an extra base king, right? I mean, I think in 94 led the league with 45 doubles, and his total bases all around were always great. So Chuck Knobloch for me, and I think he only played 12 years, which is pretty crazy. But for me, he was definitely one of the best second basemen I've ever seen. So he's number 3 for me.
You know when they got the yips?
He did get the
yips. Get the yips with the Yankees? I think he was the yips guy, right?
Yeah, definitely got the yips.
Yeah. Well, he's yipping his way to number 2 for me. Rookie of the year 91, like Michael, everything that Michael said. He's not your power guy. He's just a get on base and a table setter for everybody else. I mean, Michael talked about his 45 doubles, leading the league in 94. He led the league in triples in 96 with 14. Just an extra base machine. Not much power in the bat, but he can drive in some runs, but mostly it was just get on base, steal those extra bases. A very disciplined hitter, and until the yips was a solid defensive player too. I mean, a Gold Glove winner in '97, his last year there with the Twins. So just a very, very solid, very good second baseman. So Chuck Knobloch comes in for me at number 2.
Yeah, I mean, when you think our childhood, Chuck Knobloch was definitely a big fixture, right? I mean, I mean, he did wonderful things with the Twins, and then we went to the Yankees. It was like, shit, dude, he sold out, right? We were like, oh man, he sold out, but he was very much
got more World Series though.
yeah, one more World Series, and I mean, Jeter liked playing with him. I mean, from what we've seen, Jeter and him were, I mean, really good second base, shortstop combo, absolutely. But, yeah, I mean, my number 2. I went with Roberto Alomar, and it's hard, right? Because he was a dickhead, but at the same time, he was a great player. I mean, Steve went kind of over his. I mean, he's a guy that I don't think belongs in the Hall of Fame just because he doesn't hit some of those benchmarks. He does have a 300 average, which is really nice. I don't mind, the runs, 1,500 runs, okay. But it's really hard to kind of put him in. But what he did in the 90s was pretty fucking impressive. You're talking about a guy 732 RBIs. That wasn't his main game, but he could absolutely drive in runs. I mean, there was times where he kind of had a weird career. There'd be seasons where he was a table setter, right? He was a guy that just consistently could get on base and then get drove in from other guys. But then there was years where he was the run driver, right? I mean, back in 96 with Baltimore, I mean, 94 RBIs, 93 with Toronto, 93 RBIs. I mean, he's played with a handful of teams, and he was always a producer. I mean, he was a guy that could he kind of reminded me of Luis Ariz with the many teams, with just like look he was a better fielder, way better fielder than Luis Arraez, but
Right.
he's a guy that could consistently get on base. You could always count on him to get a hit. And for that reason alone, that's why Roberto Alomar is going to be my number 2 second baseman, 92nd base.
Well, I think we both agreed at number 1, and that's that would be Craig Biggio.
Yes.
He comes in for us at number 1. Yeah, definitely you talk about a table setter and a hits machine. This guy was it. He wasn't going to go overly with power. Definitely wasn't on the roids if you look at his power numbers. I mean, just a guy who, could touch 20-plus home runs if you wanted him to, but mostly similar to a Chuck Knobloch. It was get on base and let this guy run or, get the extra base hits. I mean, this is a guy who led the league in runs scored multiple times, including, 97, 146 runs scored.
Yep.
Just a serviceable player for the most part in his career, multiple times in the 90s, played all 162 games, could get you the doubles, could get you the stolen bases, could get you triples if you needed to, but just lots of hits. I mean, over 3,000 hits in his career. Just a phenomenal defensive player. I mean, this is a guy who is a 4-time Gold Glove winner as well, is a 7-time All-Star and a 5-time Silver Slugger Award winner. So great average, great on getting on base, had the power when you needed it to, but just a really fantastic second baseman. So Craig Biggio comes in for me, and I believe you at number 1.
Yeah, number 1. I love the versatility of Craig Biggio. Today's game, I think he'd be more of a utility player, right? I think he'd be the McKinstry of most teams. While he was dominant at second base, he could play catcher, he could play center, he could play in the outfield. I mean, he was very athletic, and I think that's not talked about enough about Craig Biggio. I mean, I think he broke in the league as a catcher, and that's what I caught on to him. I'm like, man, this guy is fantastic, and everybody remembers Bagwell Biggio, man. That duo,
Bagwell Biggio, 1-2 punch.
Well, yeah, the 1-2 punch with the Astros. It was fun. It was a lot of fun, and he's a guy that definitely earned being in the Hall of Fame with his numbers, right? I mean, the accolades are there for sure, but just like Steve said, over the 3,000 hits, I mean, shoe-in, absolute shoe-in. The 18 runs, absolutely shoe-in. So yeah, Craig Biggio for me definitely is number 1. Steve, over to the now. We got the big now. This one, I don't know if we live in a golden age of second baseman, but it's pretty good.
We have a lot of good ones, dude. Yeah, we have some fantastic ones, and we have some similar ones on our list, but also some different ones, which just goes to show, like you said, how deep the second base class is right now in Major League Baseball. I think we are in a golden era for that. But number 5 for me is Bryce Terang for Milwaukee. Yeah. We look at Milwaukee. There's just so many good players on this team. It's just difficult that they can't seem to get over the hump playoff wise here. To get to that World Series or that championship series. But Bryce Terang is another one here. He's a guy who is a Gold Glove winner in 2024, top 14 in MVP voting in 2025, 168 hits, great average at 288. Similar to Biggio here, he's got some pop, but not a big amount of pop. He's going to steal you bases. He had 50 stolen bases in 2024, 24 stolen bases in 2025. Doubles machine. It seems like 52 combined doubles here in the last 2 seasons. But the power numbers did jump up somewhat from 7 home runs in 2024 to 18 home runs in 2025. I think that can continue to grow, and as long as he keeps that average the way it is, I think his trajectory is going to continue to keep going up as well, because he's still super young at 26 years old. So Bryce Terang, he comes in for me at number 5.
Number 5 for me, I went with Luke Keeschel with the Minnesota Twins.
It's a good one.
We didn't see had a small sample size of him last year, and it was a little up and down, but I think he found his stride near the end of the season for sure, I thought. And, at 23 years old, he broke in with the Twins at a very young age. Second round, I think he was drafted in 23 draft. So he was a second round pick, and a little development needed behind him. But this is a guy I think we're going to be hearing more about as not only the Twins go past their, the next iteration of whatever their team is. This is a guy that is not talked about in the realms of the Royce Lewis's, and I mean, even the Nick Gordon that they used to have at one time,
Right.
he
Brooks
wasn't.
Lee.
Yeah, he wasn't really known as a top prospect until later, and then he comes up, and I think this is a guy who's going to be the future of that team. I really do. I think this is. There was a lot of guys I could have put, a lot of different guys I could have put in the 5 spot, but I think if we're talking about right now who's the best in the game, I think he's definitely worthy of a top 5, and for that, and just the
Oh, great.
projectability of Luke Keeschel, I put him at number 5. Yeah.
It's great. I like that. Coming in for me at number 4 as I went to the north side here to talk about the Cubs here, and I went with actually Nico Horner, which is he's been the talk of potential trade discussions here in Chicago. But if he stays in Chicago or if he gets traded, whoever gets him is going to be it's going to get that very serviceable, very good up and coming second baseman here. He's been in the league for a while now, about to be 29. But I mean, this is a guy, we talked about it with Bryce Terang, can play a defense. He's already won 2 Gold Gloves in his first few years in the league, but hit 297 last year. Is he going to give you the pop in his bat? No, he's not going to do that. He's very much like we talked about the then series. He's very much a table setter. 7 home runs last year, 61 RBIs, but he had 178 hits, which is up almost 20 from the season before. Like I said, serviceable 156 games this past season, 151 the year before. But he's going to get you doubles. He's going to get you steals. I mean, he had almost 30 steals last year at 29, had 31 the year before, and 43 the year before that. So he's going to get on base. He's going to steal you bases. He's going to be, excellent in the field, defensively. And, we'll see if he stays in Chicago or if another team picks him up. It just depends on the Cubs' plans going forward. But Nico Horner comes in for me at number 4.
Yeah, great pick. I mean, it's weird that he's getting trade speculation because it's a guy you want part of the build. So I went with somebody Steve had. Steve had Bryce Terang at 5. I had him at 4. It wasn't long ago where people were thinking that Bryce Terang was going to be a lot like Bobby Witt. Even though he was drafted the year before Bobby Witt, he went in the first round of the 2018 draft, and Bobby Witt went in the first in the round of the 2019 draft. But they had similar trajectories, a lot of people thought, and as it kind of went more, Bobby Witt Jr. has more of the Alan Trammell kind of Cal Ripken kind of where his game's going. Where Bryce Terang is more of a smaller shortstop. He's a guy that's going to be more of a speedster. He's a guy that's going to get on base, and he can be a table setter, and he has a little bit more power. I mean, he's kind of like an Ian Kinsler type of player. I think I think his power could be very similar to Ian Kinsler, but he can definitely hit as kind of like an Ian Kinsler for sure. Maybe a little bit more speed, hard to say. I don't love his high strikeouts for a guy who has who didn't hit a lot of home runs, a guy that had some good power moments, but wasn't all power. 150 strikeout, a little much, I thought. So he needs to bring that down. A little desperation in some of the swings, but he ended the year with a 288 average, and so the hitting for average is there. I think he just needs to hone it in a little bit. I think a lot was put on his plate last year, but he kind of picked up Milwaukee in parts of the season where there were players not hitting, and then he came on. Especially when they thought Jackson Churio and some of these guys, when they weren't getting the job done, Bryce Terang was. And his projectability is pretty up there. And we saw a small sample size last year, but at 25 years old now, I think he's going to be one of the leaders of the team. So for that, he's number 4 for me.
I like it. Number 3 for me is a guy who's usually at the top of the list, kind of made a dip. If you're on Lucky Rebel, he's not, up there on the list of MVP odds anymore, but still just a very serviceable and a very, future first ballot Hall of Famer, and that's Jose Altuve. He comes in for me at number 3. Kind of a dip. Missed the All-Star game this past year. His average did drop about 30 points, but I'm going with the full sample size that we've seen from this guy, and what we've seen from this guy is a very good offensive second baseman and a very good defensive as well. I mean, looking at his career stats, multiple times he's led the league in hits. His hits did take a dip this past year, going from 185 down to 156, but still put in 24 doubles, still got 26 home runs, still got 77 RBIs, and still had double digits in steals. So the average did slip some, but that's going to happen because Father Time is eventually going to catch up with this guy. But we definitely watched a generational talent in Jose Altuve, and I think he still has some left in the tank. And this is a guy who's a very disciplined hitter, and just a guy that can do it all in the field and at the plate. Jose Altuve, he comes in for me at number 3.
Number 3 for me, I wanted to put him higher because he's one of my favorite players, but I just feel like there's 2 that are a little bit better still in their game than he is. But this guy's young. It's Jazz Chisholm Jr., man.
Solid. Yep.
I mean, Jazz, he just, I love the way he plays the game. He approaches it with fun. He's loose. He's fun. And his game developed so interestingly. I mean, he was a guy that nobody expected a lot of power from early on. Right. And then the power shows up, right? Yeah. And I mean, I thought he was Miami's future. I don't know why Miami got, moved on from him.
Because cover of the show.
Yeah. I mean, it was weird. His show year, the cover of the show, he didn't have a great year, right?
No.
But we saw different iterations of his game evolve. And the last iteration we've seen was the power hitting Jazz Chisholm Jr., which was crazy, which came in the form of as a Yankee. Now he's a Yankee at 27 years old, 80 RBIs, 31 dingers. I don't like that his average is down. Strikeouts are a little high for me, but I like he's kind of had the Granderson move to his game. Suddenly it was like, oh, this guy actually, let's cue in on this pop in his bat a little bit more. Let's put him in
New York
situations where different pitches and drive in runs and which Aaron Judge needs, right? It can't be all Aaron Judge. Because if Stanton, I mean, Stanton had a better year last year, but when Stanton failed, right, to be that twin,
which happens.
Power, what's that?
Yep, I said which happens. Stanton fails a lot,
or
gets injured. Yep.
And he needed somebody with more power and enter Jazz, and Jazz shows the ability to have a lot of power. I just hope that it doesn't shorten his career because the more those guys, the power hitters, I feel like they have shorter careers. And I think Jazz could be better than that, right? But I think he's a great second baseman and he could play all over the field. I think they're going to keep him at second base this time. They've said between third or second, but I think second's where he's going to land, Steve.
Agreed.
But I can't put him in the top 2. I can't just because I feel like there's 2 better ones, but I love Jazz's game and he's a fantasy darling, right? So for me, Jazz is at number 3. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you might not be able to put him at number 2, but
somebody
can. I do have Jazz Chisholm at number 2. He's taken to New York, and it seemed like going to New York has like revitalized him. He seems like he's enjoying the game a lot more. It's like how he was early on in Miami, which kind of gave him the cover of the show, just because of his love. I love watching him play the game of baseball because he plays it like a kid. But he comes in for me at number 2, not because of his average. Yeah, Mike talked about 242 average has dipped some, but the power is there. 31 home runs, 80 RBIs, and the steals, 31 steals, which is the second highest of his career, coming off of 2024 where he stole 40 total 40 bases between Miami and New York. But just the way in which he plays the game, everything that Michael said about him, just a lot of fun and still young too. So, had his second All-Star appearance this past season, first Silver Slugger award. And, I think, the bright lights in New York isn't scaring him. And I think, he's going to continue to be good and, a little nervous, like you said, about the average dipping, but that happens with the power, and we'll see if the power continues as well. But just a fun player, one of my favorite players to watch. So Jazz Chisholm comes in for me at number 2.
Number 2. My number 2, which there's a reason he didn't go number 1, but number 2 is Ketel Marte. I think he's a complete second baseman, Steve. I mean, this is who Jazz Chisholm aspires to be when you really think about it. I think he can hit for average better than Jazz at this point in his career. He has pop in his bat. He has 30 home run power potential. I mean, could we see 40 home runs from him one day? I don't know. He's 31. Well, when you hit 30 years old, right? I mean, there's players that start to take a nosedive. Right now at 31, he seems to be getting better with age. He's like a fine wine. And 283 average last year, 28 dingers, 72 ribs. The year before that, he had 95 ribs. And I believe he was in our top 3. I think he was a top 3 second baseman for me last year. And I think he was for you as well. I mean, Ketel Marte, he's the leader of this club. He's a little emotional at times.
Right.
I don't agree with some of the stuff that he does. I thought there was a little quit into his game last year sometimes. where he kind of quit on his team. But I think that's where the emotion, it's like, dude, check your stuff at the door, right?
Yeah.
And just come to play, do you, because you're a great second baseman and you're a great player. And I loved his OPS of 893. Year before it's a little scotched down from his 932 from the year before, but Ketel Marte, and he's a consistent fantasy player. He's a guy that is not a liability on the bases. I mean, he's not going to steal you 10 a year, but at the same time, he can hit for average, give you he'll bump up your batting average. He'll give you the home run and RBIs that you need. Just a really good all-around player, and a guy that I think that Arizona would be smart to keep building off of him, and they've done it so well so far with Corbin Carroll and some of those other guys. We'll see how the shortstop plays out, because they've had Perdomo there. They got Jordan Lawler, who's up now. It's an interesting infield for sure. If they complete it with a really stud first baseman that's not Pavin Smith, or an aging Paul Goldschmidt, if he ever re-signed with them, I think their infield could be deadly. But Ketel Marte, man, number 2.
Well, he's number 1 for me, and number 1 in my heart too, because he was on my fantasy team. If you remember earlier in the offseason, I think that the Diamondbacks, there were rumblings that they were looking to trade the guy. And when I heard about that, I thought that was like, a stupid idea on their part, which obviously they listened to me and pulled back and said, we're going to hold on to this guy. He's a cornerstone for our future, which is a smart move on their part. But yeah, he comes in for me at number 1. I mean, it's a guy who 2024, third in the MVP voting at a 292 average. It did dip 9 points to 283, but 28 home runs, 72 RBIs in a shortened season. I mean, they only played 126 games this year. If there's anything like I talked about that can hold him back, it's the injury bug sometimes seems to hit him a little bit. But when he's on and like you said, he's mentally into the game and not quitting, he's tops at his position, obviously, as I show by having him number 1 on my list. But has the power, but can hit extra base hits too. I mean, 28 home runs, but also 28 doubles on the season. It can show that he can get over 40 doubles in a season as well. Continue building around him. You got great pieces in place in Arizona. I like the direction that they're going. And Ketel Marte, he comes in for me at number 1.
Number 1 for me is, Steve had him a little bit lower, but it not much, is Jose Altuve.
No.
And kind of what Steve said, he shows he has more gas in the tank, right? And he's not hitting like an old guy, right? I mean, we're not seeing the 300 hitter, but I think that's more where they're putting him in the lineup and the stress of being the best player on your team, because the injuries with Jordan Alvarez, they got rid of Carlos Correa just to get him back, but gone. I mean, that whole team is gone, right? I mean, so you got the constant guy, Bregman's gone, all those guys, but the constant remainer has been the guy that when you were in your rebuild period, you didn't know he was going to be a star on your team, but he became a star on your team, and you stuck with him since 2011. That's Jose Altuve. I mean, I think when we look back, this is a guy that maybe could hit 3,000, right? Maybe this is a guy that we're going to look back as being one of the greatest second basemen of all time. I really do, especially in the 2010s. I mean, just what he's done in his time in 15 years, right? And broken at 21 years old. Now he's 35 years old, and he still has a lot left in the tank. It looks like he could hit for average, he could hit for power. He has been known to steal some bases. At one point, I think back in 2014, 2015, he led the league in stolen bases, the American League in stolen bases. And then 4 years in a row, 2014 through 2017, the World Series year, led the league in hits. He could still be that guy. He could hit for 300. He is the ultimate second baseman, and he's a great second baseman. We're not just talking about hitting wise. Defensively, he's a stud fucking second baseman. I mean, he works so well with different shortstop combinations. How he's only won 1 Gold Glove is beyond me, because he's so good. I don't understand why they put him in left field last year. That broke my heart. I feel like is a general at second base in the infield, you need his eyes there. And I just didn't get it.
With his size, I just didn't really see him making any home run robbing grabs or anything.
I didn't either, especially where the Astros play. So, I mean, we're going to put a rocket up his ass? I mean, it's just... I'm a big Jose Altuve guy. I mean, just what he has in what he doesn't have in height, he has in heart. I mean, his story is really cool, but he's on this list. He's my number one just because he's still producing at 35 years old. And I love that he's not a liability at the plate. I love that he's a smart hitter. I love that he's a leader. I love that he does everything right. A coach and you talk to managers who have managed him. You talk to hitting coaches that have been around him. He approaches the game the right way. He puts in the work. And I'm calling it now. You're going to see down the line. He's going to have kids who play in the pros, and they're going to be successful. You can just tell he's just that guy who has a different eye than most players do.
Yep. I agree.
Sir.
Solid. Yeah, that was good. So now we're shuffling. What are we doing next week? Third?
We're shuffling. Yeah, well, I mean, let's well, I guess we can just move on over to Collection Corner.
All right, well, shall we head on over to Collection Corner?
You know what, Steve? Maybe we should. Maybe we shouldn't. I don't know. What would Lucky Rebel say if we were on their site?
Oh, I would say the odds are quite high for them to say, let's do it.
Let's do
it. Yeah. Ready to ride the next big hobby wave? Market Movers puts the entire sport card and TCG market right in your hands. With pricing on over 7 million cards powered by real sales data from every major marketplace, including eBay, Fanatics Collect, Golden, Heritage, and more. Track your collection on mobile or desktop and instantly see value and P&L by sport, year, player, set, or grade. Compare any cards side by side, monitor live price swings to spot trends early, uncover underpriced deals, and set custom alerts so you never miss a move. With Market Movers, you turn market data into smarter buys, bigger profits, and a stronger collection. Sign up today and try it risk-free for 14 days and get 20% off for life with promo code GONE20 at marketmoversapp.com. And a special bonus, in February, we're giving away a hobby box of 2025 Topps Heritage High Number. To enter, sign up using promo code GONE20. We'll compile entries from December through the beginning of February and announce the winner during our February Hobby Huddle segment. Market Movers. Make every card count. As always, Collection Corner, as you know, is sponsored by the Market Movers app.
Yep.
I think I picked someone that out of my collection here that you'll probably get. He best known for his time with the Brooklyn/Los Angeles Dodgers. That's where he spent the bulk of his career from 1957 to 1962, and then was with the New York Mets in 1963, and then closed things out with the Giants in 1964. He was a 8-time All-Star in his career. From 1950 to 1956, then one more time in 1963. He was a 2-time World Series champion, once with the Brooklyn Dodgers in 1955, and then with the Los Angeles Dodgers in 1959. He was the NL home run leader in 1956, the NL RBI leader in 1955, and his Dodgers number has been retired. He is a member of the Hall of Fame, elected on his 11th ballot in 1980. Career stats on my boy of summer, so to speak, is a 295 career average, 2,116 hits, 407 runs or home runs, and 1,333 runs batted in. Like I said, he's a member of the Boys of Summer. Did not win an MVP, shockingly. He was the runner-up, though, in 1955. In his 16 seasons with the Dodgers, he helped lead them to 6 World Series appearances with victories, like I said, in 55 and 59. And he was, just an integral part of that team and a very good friend of Jackie Robinson's.
Yeah.
His first name is Edwin, but definitely did not go by Edwin because it's not as cool as what they called him.
Yeah, called him the Duke.
That's right, the Duke. It's Duke Snyder. That's right. So, look on Market Movers. I put this card in my collection. It says 1961 Topps. Currently, it's the raw one, so I went by sales going on eBay, which are climbing in a very high direction. Last sale recently went for about $16.50, but a card graded, it definitely does very well. So Duke Snyder is the player I went with for this week.
Good. Good pick indeed. Yeah.
Thanks.
In New York, remember they had the three-headed monster, Mantle, Mays, and Snyder.
Mm-hmm.
And he
That's
was
Snyder.
the third. Everybody like would mention, oh yeah, Duke Snyder is the third best in New York. It's like, damn, that's pretty good because Duke Snyder.
Right? Oh man.
Well, okay. I think you'll be able to get this one. But
Oh boy.
okay, my guy who I picked, I dug into my Market Movers app and I looked at my collection and I said, hey, we haven't talked about this guy in a while. Some funny stuff about this guy. But okay, my guy played for the Padres, the Yankees, the Angels, the Blue Jays, the Twins, the Indians.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
12-time All-Star. World Series champion in 92, 7-time Gold Glove winner, which not many people know. I mean, he is mostly known for his bat, where he hit 283, had 3,110 hits, 465 home runs, 1,833 RBIs. You would never know he's a 7-time Gold Glove Award winner, which is crazy. Play outfield, most likely, or most dominantly in right field, 6-time Silver Slugger Award winner. The San Diego Padres retired his jersey. He's also in their Hall of Fame. George Steinbrenner used to spy on him. I know that's a big clue.
Okay.
He despises the Yankees. He will never set foot in the stadium, which is crazy. When I talked to Billy Martin Jr., he said he has a big dong.
Well.
Talking about a triple.
I'm shocked. I believe we're talking about Dave Dong Winfield.
Yes, sir.
All right. Oh, Dave Winfield. And they had some killer mutton chops back in the day, too, when he was with the Padres. Man, yeah. Good old Dave Winfield.
A dominant right-handed hitter, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, at my Market Movers, I have this older card back in 04. It's an Upper Deck, Dave Winfield, a 2004 Ultimate Swatch. A really cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, a really cool looking card for sure. And it sits between $25. Last sold for $25, goes between 25, 30. I've seen it go pretty big, but it's him and sorry, Dave, I know you're gonna hate it, but it's in his Yankees jersey.
Sorry, Dave.
The ultimate swatches, but a cool card nonetheless. So Dave Big Dong Winnie Winfield is my Market Movers pick for this week.
Great. And I love Market Movers. I'm learning more and more as I use this app. It's it's just super cool to track cards and just have the price of your collection all in one spot, and you can just look at how it's trending and everything. Very, very cool. So yep, Market Movers, say it in our ad read, use promo code GONE20 for 20% off the lifetime of your membership. So check out Market Movers app. It's really a great app to use.
That giveaway, right? We got a giveaway coming out.
Yeah, we got a giveaway. Yep, you're right. During our next Hobby Huddle segment, which will happen in the next week or two, we're going to do a giveaway. We're giving away a 2025 Topps Heritage High Number Hobby Box to one lucky winner who happened to use that promo code, and if you use that promo code, you get entered into the drawing to win. So there's still time. So do it up so that you can help win that hobby box, because we fucking love hobby boxes on here. You can always get a dope giveaway there.
Dope.
Yeah,
those cards are worth
is awesome, man.
Yeah, they're worth lots.
So check that out. And well, with that, shall we get the candles out and celebrate a birthday?
Do it.
All right. Well, looking online for this guy, one of my favorite cards for him is when he was with the Milwaukee Braves in 1959, number 480. But he's most likely known for his time with the St. Louis Cardinals, and that's a happy heavenly birthday to Red Schoendienst. Yeah, I always want to call him Schoendienst, but I had to look up the pronunciation of Schoendienst. Born on February the 2nd of 1923.
Yes.
He's obviously a Hall of Famer. Career average of 289, 2,449 home hits, 884 home runs, 773 runs batted in. Fantastic, solid, playing career. But really great as a manager, over 1,000 wins, career 522 winning percentage as a player. Played for the Cardinals from 1945 to 1956, then the New York Giants, Milwaukee Braves, then back with the Cardinals in the in the early 60s there. And then as a manager, he managed the Cardinals from 1965 to 1976, once again in 1980, and then once again in 1990. He's a 10-time All-Star, 5-time World Series champion, NL stolen base leader in 1945. His Cardinals number 2 is retired, and he's part of the St. Louis Cardinals Hall of Fame. Elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1989 by, you guessed it, Mike,
Veterans
Committee. That's right. A little trivia on Red here. At the time of his death, he had worn a major league uniform for 74 consecutive years as a player, coach, or manager, and had served 67 of his 76 years in baseball with the St. Louis Cardinals.
Wow. Here's another fact, too, that may or may not be true. Called him Red because he liked his ass spanked so hard till it turned red.
By Bob Gibson?
I have no idea. Yeah.
I mean, it sounds about right. Could be, right?
That could be.
I mean, or he just didn't like the name Albert,
Yeah. I'd get a different nickname, too.
Yeah, I'd definitely be called Red if that were me.
Yeah.
But he totally got spanked by Bob Gibson, yes. And that's so
fucking hands.
Yeah, just those big hands, those big mitts, just put him raw, and that's why they called him Red. You heard it here first, folks. All right? May or may not be true.
It may not be true. We'll put a poll up here if no.
Yeah, and see if you agree.
Yeah, go on to Lucky Rebel. Go on to Lucky Rebel. Let's
place your bets. Right? Oh boy.
What in the meantime, that's a fucking show.
Good show, man. And don't forget, happy birthday, you son of a bitch.
Oh yeah, happy birthday, Red, you son of a bitch, right?
There you go.
Thanks,
Can't forget, you gotta keep the streak alive.
Fucking that was awesome. Steve, I don't know if you realize this, but next week's your 250th show.
Well, fuck. Jeez, I did not realize that.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Seems we've been doing this for a while, huh? We have Mark come back on, Mark Dault?
We're going to have a guest for sure. Won't tell anybody who it is right now. Maybe promote it during the week. I don't know. But a special guest, somebody that we had a really fun time interviewing. And it's 250, man. 250 is a 250.
Can you believe that?
Yeah.
I think when we started this, we'd hit 250.
No, never.
No.
Would never. When we first started, we were just,
putzing around.
I think our first few shows, we talked about Al Kaline. We talked about, I think our very first...
caught COVID and it got scary for a minute.
Yeah.
Thought we'd only make it 5 shows.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Just like Long Gone. I might have died and Long Gone would have ended with 5 shows. Oh, Steve Kerr.
Yeah.
Like, all right, here we go. Long Gone. Long Gone.
This is it. I don't have the editing equipment. That thing would have died in a month.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm like, whoa, man.
I'm not edit a show.
You're like, fuck this.
Just go back to my life.
That was fun. We talked about Mookie Betts and Nolan Arenado, paid tribute to Al Kaline, and then called it a day.
That would be it. No, but we're at 250 next week. Shit, man, that's great.
Yeah, it's a good mark. But guys, thanks so much for listening. Be about to tell about it.
Yeah.
Get on, like Steve was just mentioning, man. Go get into Market Movers and
get into Market Movers.
We're talking about a free box at Topps fucking Heritage High number, man. Don't make me get a fake name.
Yeah.
Sign up for it.
Oh my God. Just totally your alias or something. Just change your address. Put a P.O. box on it so you can go just pick it up somewhere.
Yeah.
Or give out your brother's address.
Yeah. Teapot's reading the names. He's like, Dalton Michaels? What the hell?
Dalton Michaels. Oh my God.
Ford Stevens.
Huge cock. Yeah, right, who's that?
Right. That has to be made up.
Doesn't have to be made up. Get on Market Movers. Get into the drawing. Get on Penny Sleever. They got great stuff there for affordable prices, man. They have so many products that you can look at. They got some really cool postcard sleeves too. So for people that collect postcards or those larger cereal cards, those cereal, on the back of cereal boxes that you can cut. They have stuff that'll fit that. So check them out. Check out Market Movers. Get in there and get that box of cards.
Absolutely. Follow along to our social media accounts. as well
Yes,
at
please.
Long Gone Podcast. We've got our reels on there.
Yep. I think we
Unsubscribe,
post about 3
resubscribe,
or 4 reels a week. Yep.
pump
Do it up.
numbers,
Subscribe. Keep pumping it.
keep
All
pumping.
right.
And
Yep. There's only so many fake accounts I can get to get subscribers on the channel here.
exactly,
right?
guys. Come on.
Come on. Balls in your court. All right.
Balls in your court. Just for spray them on us like an old lady show.
Oh my God.
Full credits.
High five.
All right, guys. Have a great week, and we'll catch you guys all next week.
Deuces.